All right. Hello, everybody. It's Coach Suzanne here, and I want to talk to you guys today about developing a growth mindset. And now, if you're not familiar with what a growth mindset is, all right, I like to think about it as your belief in yourself and your ability to change or to grow or to learn new things. All right. Now, obviously, this is really important in sport, and you might be thinking, this is obvious. Of course, I have a growth mindset. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going to practice all the time and working so hard. All right. But the fixed mindset is essentially that you think, I can't change, right? Or maybe my talent is what it is, my ability is what it is, and it's not going to grow. Right now, I'll give you some examples of that. Okay. I've heard athletes tell me, I'm just not that flexible. Or, I've never been the fastest on my team. I've never been very good at this event. And those are examples of a fixed mindset where you're kind of putting limits on your own capabilities. All right. You're putting limits on yourself. All right. So we want to change that. We want to have a growth mindset where we believe in ourselves and we believe that with hard work, with effort, we can grow and we can change and we can get better. All right. So if you're stuck in that fixed mindset right now, you're in luck because I have some tips for you. The first thing that I would want you to do is to identify what are some areas that I need to grow. What are some things that I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to get better at, right? They can be a specific skill. They might be an event. They might be a psychological construct like motivation, or I want to grow in confidence. Okay, so take some time, do some reflection, figure out what are the areas that I want to grow in. All right, so that would be your first step for developing a growth mindset. Okay, the next thing you need to realize is that mistakes happen. Okay, and no matter what sport you're in, no matter what level you're at, you're going to make mistakes. Right, now you can look at those mistakes and say, I failed, I messed up. Or you can look at it and say, this is an opportunity for me to learn. This is an opportunity for me to grow from this. All right. Now, if you're in that second one, okay, then you have that growth mindset. You're not going to take every challenge and every mistake as I'm a failure. All right. To add on yet or not yet. Okay. So instead of saying, I can't do that skill, say, I can't do that yet. Or I'm not ready to go to the high beam with this particular skill or routine yet. But maybe I will be next week. Maybe I will be next month. Okay. So adding that yet or that not yet, right? That gives you that reassurance. Okay. That tells your brain that, okay, but that doesn't mean never. That doesn't mean I'm never going to do this skill on the high beam, or I'm never going to compete with this routine or on this event. Okay, just maybe not right in this second, and that's okay. So identifying that mistakes happen and taking the time to reflect on what can I learn from it. Right, one of the things that we like to do is have our athletes identify, what went well today, what didn't go well today, what did I learn from the stuff that didn't go well. Okay, so instead of just saying, well, that was bad, say, I didn't do my best, but now I know what I can do differently. Now I know what I need to work on, right? So mistakes happen, they're a part of our sport, and not getting so down on it. All right, now another thing that you can do to help develop your growth mindset is try a different strategy. Okay, if you've been doing the same thing over and over again, and you're getting the same results over and over again, it's time to try something new, right? So, for example, okay, if you are the kind of person who, maybe before you do your tumbling, you say to yourself, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you just do it anyways. Maybe your coach says, just go when I say go. Maybe your teammates say, oh, it works. It's working for you, then you got to try something different, right? If you're always anxious before a game or before a competition, you probably need to change something in your pre-performance routine, right? So if we just do the same thing over and over again, we're going to get the same result over and over again. So if you're one of those people who feels like maybe you're stuck in that same thing, talk to your coach, talk to your parents, say, hey, you know, this isn't working for me. I need to try something different. And have that conversation, and they can probably help you come up with something else. All right, so try different things. Don't do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Speaking of talking to your coaches, make sure you're always asking for feedback. Now, you might be getting feedback all the time, but not only asking for it, but being receptive of it and making sure you're willing to take that on. Okay, so sometimes we get feedback and it's kind of, you know, goes in one ear, comes out the other, but we have to be able to say, all right, I'm going to take this piece of feedback, or maybe it's criticism, and I'm going to try to implement something with that. I'm going to focus on that and try to change it, right? When it comes to criticism, we've all heard of constructive criticism, okay? Whether the person giving the feedback is meaning to be constructive or if they're meaning to tear us down, we can take it as constructive, or we can take it as, all right, maybe that's their opinion, maybe it's feedback that's not necessarily helpful to me. That's okay, I'm just going to ignore it and focus on this feedback that was helpful. Okay, so not only being willing to take that feedback, but also being able to sort out what is going to be constructive and beneficial to you. Okay, so always asking for feedback and taking it. The next thing you can do, right? The next thing we should always be doing is setting goals. Okay, so goals, we might have our weekly, our daily goals. I'm a big fan of the daily goals, but every time you meet that goal, then you have to replace it with a new goal. Okay, so if you're in a fixed mindset, you might have a goal, you might reach it, and then you say, whew, I did it, right? I'm done. I got to where I wanted to be. That's as far as I'm going, right? If you have a growth mindset, you're going to say, I'm here. What's the next step? How do I get here? Okay, how do I keep on pushing myself and keep on challenging myself so that I can get even better? Right? So we have to set our goals. We have to hold ourselves accountable and responsible for those goals. That means taking the time to reflect and saying, where am I at with those goals? You know, maybe I met with my coach a couple weeks ago and we set some goals, but have I really been working on them? What progress have I made? Have I made any progress? Have I gone backwards in terms of trying to meet my goal? Right? No matter what the answer is, taking the time to reflect and then asking yourself why. Okay, why did I not meet that goal? Right? My goal was to, maybe my goal was to increase my beam score. Right? If that's your goal, okay, how are you going to get there? That's where we need those small goals. So maybe it's, I'm going to do, if I have a back handspring in my beam routine, I'm going to do that back handspring 10 times today at practice with my toes pointed or with my legs straight, or whatever that correction is that your coach is always giving you. You know the ones, right, that they're telling you over and over again. Make that your daily goal. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the practice, say, did I meet that goal? If so, yes, check it off. I did that. If not, why not? Was it because I didn't try hard enough? Is it because I was else? Okay, so ask yourself, why am I not meeting that goal, right? The other thing you can do to keep yourself accountable is have some kind of accountability partner, whether it's a teammate or your parent or your coach or a friend. Tell them your goals. Say, hey, this is what I'm working towards. You know, maybe once a week ask me about it. So that way they know what you're working towards and they know how to support you and how to keep you accountable. Say, hey, you said that you wanted to get more flexible. Did you stretch today? If not, maybe it's time to go do that. Okay, so having those goals, having the accountability, and really reflecting on your progress towards those goals is another great way to develop this growth mindset. All right, last but not least is you have to be patient with yourself. Okay, you have to be kind to yourself. This is not going to happen overnight. If you've been in that fixed mindset, okay, take the time, do the reflection, and don't be so hard on yourself. I know. Easy to say, much harder to do. Okay, I know a lot of perfectionist athletes. Okay, we want to be perfect so bad. But remember going back to the beginning where I said everyone makes mistakes. Okay, and being okay with this was a mistake I made. I'm going to take that and make it into an opportunity to grow, to learn, to better my performance. All right, so be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, and trying not to beat yourself up when you do make those mistakes. All right, guys, so those are my tips for developing that growth mindset. Such an important part of sport for athletes in order to reach that potential and to really perform at their best. You have to believe in yourself and believe in your ability to grow and to change. So that's all I got for tonight. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.